Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another purge in a Horde mission. I would just say turret mission, but that is absolutely clear. I guess this time we are going to go against some Nurgly demons out there on a, I'd suspect, indoor map, but that shall be no problem. Alright, riding the immaterial currents of a warp surge, the Plague Lord's minions have descended upon an imperial high-rise, so it's an outdoor map, to choke its occupants with putrid offal. Land on the sky platforms of the building and deal with the Daemonic Infestation. I actually thought land, well, that land and not landing. Anyhow, orders initiate purge protocols.
Between the stars, the ancient unseen enemies of mankind wait and hunger. Be strong and give them no quarter.
Oh, a outdoor map. Well, not a precisely speaking outdoor map, but map in the outside at least, and not in a gothic style interior. Very neat, although you know probably that there are different kinds of outdoor maps. This here of course is one of my least favorites, to be honest. I do enjoy the huge maps on the outside, although you have to say probably the other maps are not precisely speaking bigger in total map size, but they are bigger because of they are not in tight corners like we are currently right here on this map. So I would say this map is, well, not the ideal platform, no pun intended there, for our character, because it is at most parts very tight. It means we are a little bit in trouble, because we can't really get easily surrounded, but at least this is the perfect point where we can perfectly be surrounded, but in the end we are, as we are here in a tight corner, can't surround them enemies, and that is oftentimes the most useful thing our squishy little vivisectors can do. And there you can see the jump ability there right into the enemy. Of course, is absolutely amazing ability, very cool right here. So it would be cool if you would bring down the. Okay, we lost our tank there. That's, well, that surprised me a little bit, to be honest. No, we should actually focus on the standard bearer, because this guy constantly keeps calling in the bad boys. And what you might know, even though the Nurglings per se do not do the most amount of damage, but in large groups and surrounding the enemy, they can pose a world of hurt. And so if this guy is down, that would make things a little easier. So there we have our wonderful little tank guy back. That is neat as well. And he's nearly by himself actually took down a Plague Ogren. Very neat. So the first platform actually surprisingly had a lot of enemies on it, which really surprised me. And the not the weird thing, but the best part about it, those guys actually posed a little bit of danger there for us. But well, we did it well, all of them are down. So these guys as well, nice, bring them down, please, like so. And okay, I could actually re-summon both of them. Well, it's probably not always. Well, it is always possible, but it's not, I guess, always needed to re-summon them if they are in. If still 2 or 3 are available, but I think in certain moments, I think it is just a good use of, well, time there. Warlock down, that is cool as well. And then we should actually focus, well, let's go for the surroundings. Let our constructs do the hard work, and let's take down the squishy elements of the enemy horde here, because they tend to deal some damage, but with our currently equipped weapon we deal the most damage against those pairs we just took down there. I still need to get used to them toxic entities. They are, you know, they are included in the game for a longer time, I think, for quite a long time to be honest. But still, I'm every time surprised when a Reborn Marauder is actually spawning them, and I was thinking, what the hell is that? Oh, okay, yes, it's just a toxic entity. So to be honest, we have not faced Plague Ogrins in a while. I can't remember when we did that the last time. It's quite neat to have a different enemy composition here available. That is for a change very, very refreshing, I think. So what you might have noticed as well, since we are level 78, for the episodes before, especially with the global event, we have been playing episodes which were nearer to our level, which were around 79 to 79, I think, to 78, when we still were 77, I guess, and they were way easier. You notice, of course, how easy or not easy a map is if you take a look in how fast certain enemies die. And I know it can vary between different kinds. I still, if you I'm always taking the same tarot cards, but since the abilities, the settings to the enemies are always randomly generated, of course the, so to say, power, the plus for the enemy can always die, can go in different ways, and so it could be in one episode or one tarot mission diced mission, the enemy have, for example, plus 20% armor or HP, and on the other plus 80, so that actually then would mean that they are sometimes a little bit more beefy and harder to kill than in other tarot missions. But that is quite neat. Alright, that makes total sense and makes it refreshing in my mind. And you need to keep in mind that we are currently playing a level 80 mission, so that of course comes in as well. Okay, these guys got us. That was again a very, very hard platform overall. I am not concerned, but I am curious whether we are going to have to face a, so to say, an end enemy, the boss fight in the end. Let it be a probably it's an Hellbrute or a Nurgle Dreadnought. Very, very pumped for that. Okay, there's nothing actually. Good. And there you can see the ranged guy. I think you never already, oftentimes don't realize how much damage this dude can do if it is probably hitting the enemy. The best part about this guy is that he can deal a great amount of AoE damage with his weapons and his little AoE spell. I don't know, it's my bad, I don't know how it's called, the skill, but it is very, very useful, especially against some gobblers, against some nasty global, not global, but horde enemies. Very, very useful indeed. Alright, next group right in front of us, one Reborn Marauder at least, and some Plight Bearers, but these guys are not too powerful, since these guys are the normal Nurgle Demon standard enemy force. Okay, toxic entities from the Reborn Marauders, yes, and we should actually focus on the Warlock. What I always notice is that the Warlocks do a surprising amount of damage, since they are doing warp damage, and we are not always particularly armored against warp damage. So at least we have still over 20 enemies remaining. I actually thought we were already beneath that counter, but obviously not. So let's see when that is actually going to be the point. Let's resummon those wonderful guys. Come on, and instantly please jump in. So we of course have some re-summoned enemies there as well. Then if I go to your left and take those guys out, that should be it for...
Perseverance favors the bold. Give them more death.
So luckily, okay, I would say luckily I've not overseen any enemy. That is always a little nasty. If you have overseen a unit and then need to go back quite a long route. So we have a Nurgle Dreadnought as I anticipated, and a Plague Ogren, since these guys always need or always have some bodyguards in the enemy, or not enemy, in the armor composition. That is not what I expected, to say the least. I rather would have gone for would actually be like what I would have chosen, but I would have, as a bodyguard, expected some reborn marauders. But anyhow, Plague Ogren will die too, but of course this guy is a little more powerful than the Plague Ridden. Not the Plague Ridden, yes, the Plague Ridden too, but the reborn marauders are. Okay, come on, jump in him. Only 2,000 and under 1,000. Nice, down it is. And then the Nurgle Dreadnought is down nearly as well.
You serve the Emperor well, Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Let's pick those items up, and then that is actually the end of this. Okay, still that should be victory, guys. That right now, okay, there was a weird little noise in my left ear. I really thank you for watching, guys. If you actually do have enjoyed this episode, guys, then please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.